Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In case we haven't met before, I'm Anastasia, the founder of All You Can Face, and I'm passionate about teaching you how to exercise your facial muscles, because what happens beneath the skin is equally important as what we put on top of it to stay looking beautiful and age gracefully. We probably watch all these incredibly beautiful celebrities on the red carpet with chiseled jawlines, really structured features, and let me tell you something, they probably have something in common, which is mewing. So with this video, I would love to give you a basic introduction of what mewing actually is, what it does for you, what are the pros and cons, what is actually our facial structure and why mewing can be beneficial for you, and what is so controversial about it. So let's go. And while it can probably give you a quick fix when it comes to a photo, it has actually a science behind it and can long-term really improve your bone structure, your breathing, and everything else. So let's dive into this. So in order to understand mewing, we need to understand what actually our bones or our face is made of. Here's a graphic of the 14 facial bones. The facial skeleton is basically there to support all the soft tissue in our faces and gives us shape and form. When it comes to mewing, the palate or the so-called roof of the mouth is really important. And the palate is divided in two parts, so mainly the hard part in the front and then the soft part in the back, which is also called velum. And then obviously you have your tongue, which is a muscular organ within your mouth. And it's covered with moist pink tissue called mucosa. The tiny bumps called papillae on your tongue give its tongue your rough texture, so to speak. The tongue is really important when it comes to chewing, swallowing, breathing, and obviously speaking. Overall, as we age, our skulls start to shrink. So mewing could be a good solution to combat that. And for this entire mewing situation, it is important to understand the difference between orthodontics and orthotropics. Those two are actually quite similar, but there's a little difference. Orthotropics versus orthodontics is basically a debate on what is causing crooked teeth. Orthodontics blames basically your genetics and orthotropics blames your posture and overall tongue alignment. Orthotropics was actually invented by Dr. Mew in the 70s. Orthodontic treatment starts usually after the age of 13 and is mainly focused on straightening your teeth, extracting them to really get your teeth straight through braces and different mechanical processes. Orthotropics, on the other hand, start as early as possible in your life to create a lifelong change when it comes to your tongue posture. And treatment here is no braces, but certain things which open up your palate or the roof of your mouth. Basically expands the maxilla and cranial bones to get more space instead of actually extracting teeth to make space like in orthodontics. So what is actually mewing? Mewing is a practice where your tongue is resting at the top of the roof of your mouth evenly rather than having it on the bottom. And little disclaimer to all our scientists out there, there is actually no proper study which shows that mewing will really change your face. However, there is research that shows that our palate and overall skull gets smaller over time. And with that comes mouth breathing, snoring, and overall crooked teeth. While there is no peer-to-peer study at the moment, I do think mewing is actually quite an interesting phenomenon which we should look into. If you have the right tongue posture, it can hugely improve your sleeping and breathing habits as well as swallowing habits. Mewing is supposedly to widen your face or like the maxilla, which then aligns your teeth, gives you a chiseled cheekbone and jawline. It also helps to align and strengthen the neck muscles, which goes hand in hand with your posture. So how can you actually incorporate mewing in your daily life? First of all, breathe evenly, sit straight, relax your shoulders, open your chest, and then with a flat tongue, place it on the roof of your mouth. You will see right here when I do this that this part right here goes up. And this is what I meant when all those celebrities are taking pictures. This is actually a good hack. Try to push evenly on the top of the roof instead of against your teeth. And actually 1/3 of the tongue probably will not touch the entire palate, but this is due to weak muscles and will hopefully get better over time. The teeth should slightly touch and your jaw should be really relaxed, and the mouth obviously is actually closed. So once your shoulders are relaxed, your tongue is aligned and up the roof of your mouth, try to hold this 10 to 15 seconds and repeat it throughout your day. Once this becomes easier and easier, try to implement that posture overall throughout your day. You will also realize that you can breathe evenly, and try also generally to breathe through your nose, which is way much healthier than through the mouth. I think breathing is a topic in itself, and I would love to make actually a YouTube video on that, because I think this is really important when it comes also to the look of your face. If you do this regularly, your form and shape of your face can apparently really improve, and the older you are, the longer it obviously takes because your muscle structure is already formed. But when you are, like, for example, a teenager or a kid, this can really happen a little bit faster because everything is still in the growing stages. What are the cons when it comes to mewing actually? First of all, it takes a lot of time. It's not something which can give you this quick fix right away, but already bringing awareness to this topic and knowing where the tongue should sit in the daily life is already a huge win, I would say. If you are not used to putting the tongue in the roof of your mouth, then it really takes a change in habit. Overall, it can take years to see results. And deformation in your maxilla can be also obviously corrected through surgery. And you should never assume that only like putting your tongue in the roof of the mouth will change your entire life and well-being. Nevertheless, it's a good hack to actually know about. And then another thing, if you suffer from TMJ, so basically your temporomandibular joint is really strained, then you should also avoid mewing, because it can even strain your muscles further and then even tension everything more. So again, while this was a good introduction into mewing, there are obviously pros and cons, and it's very important to know about them. While mewing is basically actually one facial exercise, there are way much more exercises to really enhance and strengthen the facial muscles or relax them, because it's very important to understand which muscles to relax and which muscles to engage. I would love you to have a look at allyoucanface.com, because there you will be able to change and transform your face through daily facial exercises and massages. And with that being said, I wish you an incredible weekend and see you next week. Mwah!